This lesson is about having ChatGPT act as your own personal travel guide. Let's pretend I have a wife and kids and we'll say, I'm traveling with my wife and kids. We want to go do some outdoor activities, visit museums, eat ice cream, and go sightseeing. Please create a 5-day schedule for us to visit Paris. Incredible. So here we have a 5-day schedule for my pretend family trip to Paris. Day 1, arrival and introduction to Paris. Morning, arrive in Paris, check in your hotel, drop off your bags. Afternoon, take a walk around the city, see some iconic Parisian landmarks, Eiffel Tower, Notre Dame, etc. We have day 2, we start in the Musée d'Orsay. Day 3, we're visiting the Palace of Versailles. Day 4, in the evening, we're taking a cooking class at a local school and learning how to make some classic French dishes such as soufflé, ratatouille, and crème brûlée. This took a matter of seconds. This is so cool. Now I'm asking, please add specific locations to what was mentioned in the list with physical addresses. As you can see, day 1, here are the places, and this is exactly where they're located. And let's say for some reason you're somebody who needs things to be tabular, we can ask ChatGPT to input this data in a tabular format. Day 1, activities, location, and address. Awesome, so here we have the days, activities, locations, and addresses in a nice tabular format. So I hope you can use ChatGPT on your next trip.
In this lesson, we're gonna dive into something I think is pretty dang cool with this tool. We're gonna create our own custom schedule tailored to who we are and the goals that we have in our weekly schedule. So let's hop into our first prompt. I'm gonna write, I'm a college student that wants to study, go to the gym, hang out with friends, and work part-time. Please organize my schedule with specific times to do all my tasks. And just like that, we have our Monday through Friday schedule. And let's just run through what ChatGPT did on this first draft. So 7 a.m., wake up, have breakfast, get ready for the day. 8 o'clock, attend class. 12, have lunch. 1 o'clock, study for 2 hours. 3 p.m., go to the gym for an hour. 4:30, so it even budgeted time. If we go to the gym for an hour, that would be 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock. It budgeted a little bit of extra time for us to take a shower and get ready for work. Then it has us starting work at 5 o'clock, finishing work and having dinner at 9, spending some time with friends at 10 o'clock for 2 hours, and going to bed at 12. So I can leave this as is or individually ask ChatGPT to change that I don't want to go to bed at midnight on Monday. Please adjust the calendar accordingly, and it will go in and it'll update that schedule. Now what I want to do is take this a step further with being more specific. I want to work from home on Monday and Tuesday, then work from the office on Wednesday and Thursday. Please update that in the schedule and add 20 minutes of commuting time as its own step to get to my office, then work, and a 20-minute step to leave my office on Thursday and Wednesday. Perfect, so it updated my schedule and it even left on days that I'm working from home to not have any commuting time. But the days that I am gonna go into the office, it added a 20-minute commute to the office, working there, and having time to then commute home. So you can completely customize this. I can also add, let's say, 30 minutes a day for meditating in the morning or the afternoon, or even saying that on every Monday, I want to set aside time to create new social media content for projects. So this is a really cool tool to schedule and structure your weeks with ChatGPT.
In this lesson, we'll be talking about custom GPTs. So as I'm sure you've noticed, the top left bar here has changed. We have some new features. If you click on this top ChatGPT here, this is the standard ChatGPT that we are used to using. Click this drop down for the different functions. But now we have something else. We have what's called custom GPTs. Hit this Explore tab, and you can see some custom GPTs that have been made by OpenAI. So what are custom GPTs? Well, basically, custom GPTs are a version of ChatGPT that has been given some custom instructions and possibly some unique data to make it specialized in a certain thing. So as you can see, we have this creative writing coach. So when you click this custom GPT specializes in being a creative writing coach versus where ChatGPT is trained on all of the information it could possibly get its hands on. This is a specific expert in a field. This is a subset where it's focused on one specific task or a narrow range of tasks, making it better at doing those specific things. So you can see we have a visionary painter here, a tech support advisor, and when you have a specific issue you're dealing with or a specific version of ChatGPT you want to talk to, instead of coming up with a long and lengthy prompt for ChatGPT to try and get it to be the expert that you're looking for, here we can just select the correct custom GPT and it will already be the expert in the field that we're looking for or the expert in the thing we are trying to do. There are right now some custom GPTs by OpenAI. Individuals are able to share their own custom GPTs that they've made, and eventually they will come out with a GPT store, which will be much like an app store where you can go and find the exact custom GPTs for all the use cases that are most relevant to you. So let's check out this sticker whiz. Let's use one of these prompts and see if it will make a sticker for us. Here we have a really cute sticker, and then it says, if you want to proceed with ordering these, please let them know the quantity, and it will go ahead and place an order for us. It's asking for the size here, and we can click this link to order our sticker. So this is a really good example of how long it would take to prompt ChatGPT to get you a sticker and then find the link versus just clicking the sticker whiz, typing what you want, and then it's just ready to go. We can try this creative writing coach. We're here, we can use this prompt. Here we have an expert in creative writing. So if we were to upload some of our own creative writing, we could have the creative writing coach give us some detailed feedback. If we wanted to try an example with any of these exercises to explore any of these techniques, we would go ahead and do so. I really like this negotiator. Let's role play a salary negotiation. So here are the 4 questions that it asked. I'm gonna go ahead and come up with a fictitious example here. Here I go on to have a lengthy discussion with the negotiator of asking for the moon, just seeing how that would go for this fictitious role I'm making up here. And we are getting this great back and forth of the negotiator pretending to be the CEO, asking me why I want such a high salary, why I'm qualified, what do I think. I am responding, and this is actually some really good real-world practice here. This is particularly useful and fun to use. So that's a glimpse into the wide world of custom GPTs. You can have your own custom expert in whatever field you're looking for or whatever thing you're trying to accomplish, and have this pre-trained expert version of ChatGPT ready at your disposal. Now we'll talk about creating your own custom GPTs. If you go to the Explore tab, you'll be able to see the recently used GPTs, the GPTs available by OpenAI, and you'll be able to create your own custom GPT. By the way, any chat you start, even with a custom GPT, will still appear here. This is still the negotiator there. So let's go ahead and create our own custom GPT. Despite custom GPTs being so powerful, they're actually quite easy to make. So we're in this dialogue with this GPT builder where we just talk to it like we would talk to ChatGPT. What would you like to make? Let's make a GPT who specializes in coming up with new business ideas. Now you can see it updated here on the right, and it already has some suggestions here. It wants to go about in naming this. Idea innovator, does that sound good to you? Let's call it Startup GPT. Now it's generating a profile picture. So it automatically generated this really amazing looking image here, but let's maybe change it a little bit. We'll change this image just a little bit. Great, I like this better, and now you can see it updated the image here. You can jump over to the Configure tab where it says the name, the description, and it came up with its own instructions. So let's go ahead and read these. Your role is to specialize in generating new and innovative business ideas. You will provide creative, feasible, detailed business ideas across various industries tailored to the user's needs and interests. You should avoid suggesting illegal or unethical business practices. You will also offer guidance to initial steps to take for starting these businesses, but refrain from giving detailed financial or legal advice. If something is unclear or more information is needed to craft a business idea, you should ask clarifying questions. Your response should be engaging, positive, and inspire entrepreneurial thinking. So we could just let this be the instructions for our GPT, or we could go in and tweak these. I'm modifying this a little bit to say you will search the web for emerging markets and gather the necessary data to come up with forward-thinking businesses that solve contemporary problems. I also added you will first start by gathering the user's interests and expertise to try and suggest a business that would suit the user. You will then search the web for emerging markets. You should avoid suggesting illegal or unethical business practices. Go ahead and delete that. So here I have tweaked these instructions a little bit. I deleted some of the phrases it came up with. I added some of my own. And we can go ahead and see if these questions here are relevant. Give me a business idea for a sustainable product. I need a business idea in the tech industry. Suggest a business for a small town. What's a unique food business idea? These seem like pretty good prompts. If we wanted to, we could hit this upload files. Now what this does, it allows us to upload any unique data we have to our custom GPT. Now this is arguably the most important thing you can do. So yes, we can come up with some amazing custom instructions. And if you have things that you do frequently and you're constantly having to switch between custom instructions or come up with these long prompts to get ChatGPT to output a certain response, this is extremely important. But these custom instructions are essentially something that anybody can come up with. So what is most unique about this is the combination of the unique instructions that are perfectly tailored here, plus the unique data that you might have. So if you run a business, say we make online courses, we actually do have a lot of unique data on making online courses. Obviously, ChatGPT in general probably has trained on similar data, but since it's trained on so much, it's hard to grasp what's the most relevant. And since we know what works for us, if we were to upload that data here, then if we were making a course creator GPT, would pull exactly from that data. So let's say we are often in the startup world and we are often coming up with new business ideas, and we did have unique data as far as what's trending, what we are comfortable investing in, what are some good ideas. If we upload that information here, then our GPT will be hyper trained on that data plus our custom instructions, and it will be able to give us the best results possible. So for this example, this startup GPT, I don't have any data I'm going to upload. I just want to show you how to create a GPT, but I highly suggest you thinking about what is some unique data that you have and can you turn that into a custom GPT? Because like I said, eventually this will open up into an app store, and OpenAI has said they will have a revenue share with the GPT creators. So if you come up with a super useful GPT that a lot of people want to use, OpenAI will have a revenue sharing model where you can actually get compensated for your GPT. These are the different capabilities you can check on or off the ability for your GPT to be able to do. If you want your GPT to be able to browse the web, then you want this to be selected. If you want GPT to be able to code, then you want this selected. If you want it to be able to generate images, then you want this selected. So this GPT does not need these two to be selected, so I could turn these off and we would still be able to run our startup GPT. But let's say we came up with an idea and we wanted to generate a logo right in the same chat, or maybe we did want to share some code. Why not just have these selected? And if you go ahead and click Create New Action, here are some custom and more advanced options that you can go ahead to use if you want ChatGPT to retrieve information and take actions outside of ChatGPT. One example is that let's say you wanted to make a GPT that used the Spotify API to create Spotify playlists. You could paste that in here. We will cover these advanced actions further in depth throughout the course. For now, we're going to go ahead and just look at these additional settings where It says you can use conversational data to improve your model. So yes, we do want this on because what that means is that the more people that use the startup GPT, the better it will get. Now let's go ahead and try our GPT. So please give me some business ideas. Right ahead, it's asking for some more information about us so that it can better tailor the result to our needs. So it went ahead and asked some detailed questions. I went ahead and answered those questions, what I'm interested in, what I know how to do, kind of business that I want, the size of the business that I want, and if I've noticed any current trends or needs. I said no, and let's go ahead and see what it does. So here it came up with 5 ideas that are actually pretty relevant to me and are actually pretty interesting here. We have AI-enhanced wellness and meditation app, to digital wellness retreats, tech-enabled personalized sound healing kits, AI-powered creative writing, and music creation tools. And next it goes ahead and lists 6 initial steps to take to start our business. What we could do now is we could go back to the Configure tab and we could say maybe we want then the Startup GPT to go down the road of helping us do our market research or to develop our business plan. I added at the end here, once you land on an idea that the user wants to pursue, please start doing the initial market research to see what the competition is doing, who is the target audience, what is needed to start and run this business, how much time and capital it will take, what are the customer's needs, and what to price the offering. Once you feel that you've gathered the necessary market research data, then proceed to making a business plan. Let's go ahead and save this, and let's make it public. Now our Startup GPT is ready to go. If we want to edit it some more, we can click here and edit the GPT. But let's go ahead and see what it came up with. Let's come up with a food business idea. This time around, let's not answer all these questions and let's just say I want to make the most money that I can with the least amount of effort. So let's say I like this first idea. Let's go make a ghost kitchen. Let's make a ghost kitchen. What style of food is most profitable to make? All right, let's go. These are all great ideas. Let's go with number 4. And so it comes up with the necessary steps we need to take, asking some questions about market research, and I'm saying, what does it suggest? So here is where we would want to tweak our custom GPT a little bit more. So let's go back to our instructions. I'm adding a sentence saying Startup GPT will take the initiatives to start doing the market research by browsing the internet for the data it needs to make a business plan. Let's go ahead and update our GPT, confirm. Let's view our GPT. So we'll say, let's make a vegan ghost kitchen in Venice, California. And now you can see right away, it's going ahead and taking initiative to find out the market research necessary. We arrived at this business idea from our other chat, but simply inputting it to start with, we are already getting the GPT to do its initial research for us. So not only do we have a wonderful idea, we have all the steps we need to take, we now have some initial market research on who some of our competition is. We know some of the problems we're going to have to solve in order to get started, some potential operating costs, and some other things to think about. I went ahead and said, let's specialize in making vegan cookies, and the Startup GPT created an initial business plan for us, complete with executive summary, company description, market analysis, marketing and sales, product line, operations, finance, risk, and appendix. So there you have the Startup GPT. You can see how easy it was to create. I'm sure you can see how much more you could iterate and customize the instructions, keep playing with the GPT. If it's not giving you exactly the results that you want, spend that extra time to keep tweaking the instructions. And always, if you have some unique data, of course, that's your leg up in creating custom GPTs. And lastly, if you want to experiment and try the Startup GPT
for watching the video till the end. Please leave your thoughts below so we can discuss more about the topic. If you'd like to suggest a video that could help the community, feel free to message me on X or Instagram. We also share short videos on Instagram, so make sure to follow us there. Feel free to reach out. We'd love to hear from you, and might even create a video based on your suggestion.